We're in Digital Deal in Las Vegas. One more time. Are you guys ready? Yeah. All right, let's get into it. So my name is Sean Bradley. I'm the president of Dealer Synergy. And this workshop's going to be outsource, hybrid, or in-house. What's the right BDC strategy for 2025 and beyond? I mean, I only got 25 minutes to talk, and if anybody knows me, I can't even tell you my full name in 25 minutes. So this is going to be quick. Long story short, I have been in the automotive industry now for 27 years. I spent almost 6 years in the front line selling cars, salesman of the month, salesman of the year, etc. And 22 years ago, I was selling 110 units a month out of my internet department. And after 6 years on the front lines, I started Dealer Synergy. So over the last 21 years I've owned the company, we have 4,500 rooftops all over the United States. Toyota manufacturer in the Chicago region, the Portland region, and the San Francisco region are our clients. And so what I'm about to share with you today is not just me doing this as a high-level internet director on the front lines for years and years and years. It's not even working with 4,500 rooftops, 30 covers of all the major magazines, including Digital Dealer. And on top of all of this, I've been doing this for Toyota manufacturer. If you guys are franchise dealers in the room, you know what sales efficiency is, right? So I'm the person that the region calls when they have the least sales efficient dealer. That means the people that are doing the least productive in the region, they call us and we turn them around. Make sense? On top of all of this, we have an outsourced BDC in Belize and the Philippines. So what I'm going to share with you is how this works across any franchise, any model, independent, what have you, whether it's in-house or out-house. You're going to get 27 years worth of experience right here. Okay, so the thesis question is outsource, hybrid, or in-house. Which is the best strategy? And everybody's got their own opinion. And now, it's not emotional for me. Like, I've tried it every single way, and I found what works. But in my opinion, the internet and phones, or the BDC, are the new showroom, but we're upside down. Let me repeat that. The internet and the phones are the new showroom, but we're upside down. Well, what does that mean? This is what's crazy. 80% of all BDCs are broken or not profitable. Let me repeat that. 80% of all BDCs are broken or not profitable. Dealers spend over $64,000 a month on leads and marketing, but 40 to 60% of leads are unworked or mishandled. You ever heard of a company called AutoWeb? Yes? They are the ones that invented automotive internet sales in 1995. There's been over 110 million cars sold through AutoWeb. You know what AutoWeb stats are as of 2025? There are thousands and thousands of dealerships that are on their program. You ready for this? 50% of them do not even contact their own leads within 48 hours. Not in this day and age. Yes, right now, in this day and age, right now, there are dealers that are not even following up their leads within 48 hours. Like, this is stuff that I was dealing with 20 years ago. And literally in 2025 going to 2026, this is the issue. Only 27% of BDCs hit their appointment setting targets. That's it. 27% of all BDCs hit their appointment setting targets. Well, what's the problem? Well, not enough people. The biggest problem that I'm seeing is on an HR level, people are the issue. It has always been about the people. One of my competitors said it the best, and I love this. Did we hire them dead or kill them after we got them? Real car people just got that, right? Seriously, did we hire them dead or kill them after we got them? Did we hire somebody that we should have never even hired before? Or did we have somebody that had potential to be good or be great, but we destroyed them because we didn't have a proper onboarding process? We didn't have a proper training process. We didn't have a team building, professional development, personal development process. Why? Because in our industry, we spend $64,000 a month in advertising, but less than $1,000 a month in professional development. I don't know, it doesn't make sense to me. Here are the top 5 reasons BDCs fail. Lack of retail training and development. Facts. Most of them don't have good product knowledge. They have antiquated, techniques. I mean, look at what we're dealing with. We're dealing with AI, artificial intelligence. We're dealing with all this stuff. Is your team equipped with handling prospects of this century? It's yes or no. My favorite saying, I don't want to offend anybody, is you're either pregnant or not pregnant. There's no half pregnant, right? I have 4 kids, I know these things, right? So again, for me, you're either doing it right or you're not doing it right. There's no half doing this stuff. The next thing that I find is crazy is high turnover. NADA says that in our industry, and it's been this way for the whole 27 years I've been in it, there's a 60 to 75% attrition ratio in dealerships. When we have an attrition ratio that high, that means the people that work in your store, the vast majority of them are not going to last an entire year. When we live in that type of environment, this is what we get. Weak CRM utilization. Here's another thing. I'm on every major advisory board from every CRM, from Vin Solutions, Dealer Socket, eLead, ProMax. We work with Reynolds, we work with DriveCentric, and we Techion, blah, blah, blah. The reality is this. They don't train you. Surprise! I got your attention, right? There is no CRM company that specializes in training in CRM. The only thing a CRM company specializes is in training what? Buttonology. That's it. They're buttons. The equivalent is this. Who's a franchise dealer here? Real quick. What franchise?
I have 16.
Pick one. Toyota. Toyota. There you go. The RAV4, #1 selling vehicle in the United States. Do you understand that Toyota manufacturer, I work in multiple regions, they do not mandate road to the sale training. That's not part of what they have to do. The only thing that the manufacturer, Toyota, mandates is what? Product knowledge. Try selling a freaking car with just product knowledge. If you don't know how to qualify somebody, negotiate, overcome objections, do a features and benefits product presentation, a demonstration drive, a delivery, how are you going to sell cars? That's the problem with CRM. If we only know the buttonology, and I don't think that most of us really got that down pat, how are you going to maximize your CRM? So if you have a BDC or a sales team that's handling internet leads, but they only have a superficial understanding in CRM, where are you going? It's not going to be effective. Okay, no true accountability system, because we're desperate. We can't get rid of somebody because we have no coverage, right or wrong, for a lot of stores. So we keep people way past the expiration date. That's a problem. No consistent coaching, quality assurance, or mystery shopping. Now, the true cost of a bad BDC, $50,000, $100,000 a month in lost gross per rooftop. Turnover adds another $5,000 to $15,000 per lost hire between recruitment, training, lost sales, and then poor BDC, bad reviews, CSI, damage equals OEM bonus risk. Right or wrong? Am I speaking facts so far?
Yes.
Okay. So now, here are the 3 different main models. In-house. Pros, control, culture fit, on-site. Cons, expensive, high turnover, oversight needed. Anybody from California here? Oh, I feel bad for you for BDCs. What is it, like $21, $22 minimum wage? Yes?
It's not 22.
What is it, 20? Okay, do you know what it is in Pennsylvania? $7 an hour, just saying, $7.15. Way different, $7.25 in Pennsylvania. So I'm just saying, no offense, California, but that's really expensive because we're not even talking about bonuses. We're not talking about spiffs. We're not talking about like performance-based pay plans. So if you're already starting at $20-something, you're gonna be, how are you gonna afford to pencil out having, X amount of BDC reps? Does this make sense? So control, but it's expensive. Outsourced. Cost-effective, scalable, process-driven. The cons, perceived loss of control, requires trust. And then my favorite, which I'm gonna hopefully convince you guys, is hybrid. Hybrid is flexible, lower cost, easier oversight culture, and the model is misunderstood. Most of you, I find, are confused about hybrid. Well, what is hybrid? Well, hybrid is when you do both. Hybrid is when you might have an outsourced BDC or in some type of capacity mixed with your in-house resources. So it's like the best of both worlds, so to speak. And in my opinion, that's one of the absolute best ways to do it. BDC turnover equals 84% within 12 months. Dealers switching to hybrid or outsource save $10,000 per month in operating costs. So again, to me, hybrid makes a lot of sense. Now, why hybrid works. We believe in international stuff. Again, there's a lot of companies that do it in and outside of automotive. So for the first 20 years that I've owned my company, we only did in-house training, what have you, but in the last 18 months, we built 2 BDCs internationally, one in the Philippines and then one in Belize, because the culture is different. I was born in the United States and I'm all about doing things here, but there's a point of diminishing return. We live in a globalization, meaning that there's the whole global stage is much smaller than it once be before. There's Starbucks in Russia, there's McDonald's in Brazil and things like that. So again, the difference, bringing to the cost, you could have a BDC rep in California that's making $50,000 to $60,000, whereas you could get somebody overseas for a fraction of that. These people are going to be highly motivated, very respectful, very appreciative. In addition to that, they're going to have a higher level of education, because in certain countries like the Philippines or Belize, they don't have a lot of options. It's not like here where they could just be TikTok stars or uber famous. You know what they've got? They got the hospitality industry. It's called BPO, business process outsource, this call center stuff. And when they get to work for an American multi-million-dollar business, they really appreciate it. They're going to go above and beyond. So I'm going to show you some case studies that we have in here. But the flexibility, anybody know, blurt it out, what's prime time to connect on the phones nationally? Quick. My people, I'm in the right room, 6 to 8 p.m. You know what's crazy though, down south, people down south want to go home at 6 o'clock, 6:30, 7, 8 o'clock. And I tell them, it's like going to the Super Bowl, like, hey, thank you, I'm here, I'm not going to touch the field. Or worse, if you close at 7, it's like, hey, I'm at the Super Bowl, I'm at halftime, but I'm not going to take the field after that. Outsource BDC, I like about that, the hybrid aspect of it, that you could put them in whatever hours, after hours, crisis situation, manager leaves, the BDC walks out, or it's on Sundays or weekends or things that it's hard to kind of staff. So this is an actual picture of one of the call centers that we have in Belize that's got 2,000 agents in it. It's insane. So I'm going to show you a couple case studies. So we have a 16 rooftop dealer group called Drive Point, and we have a bunch of stores on it. So GMC of Mount Vernon, before implementing outsourced BDC, 17% appointment rate, 8-minute response time. After implementing outsourced BDC, 42% appointment set rate, under 45 seconds response time, 215,000 sales gross profit, 80,000 service RO revenue. Another one right here, this is one of my favorite ones. I don't know if you guys heard of Bob Ruth Ford. I'm the one that built Bob Ruth Ford. They've been my client for 9 straight years. We took a single point Ford dealership from selling 75 units a month on the internet to 395 units a month on the internet, punchline, in a population of only 2,500. That's it. They're not in a major metro. They're in Dillsburg, Pennsylvania. You know the pickles? That's them. So again, how are we able to do that? You ready for this? They have a hybrid. They've got 12 BDC reps. 9 of them are in the Philippines and 3 of them are local. Why? Because it is way, way more cost effective to be able to have a higher caliber talent that's pulled from out of their local resources. Plus, with a population of only 2,500 in their area, they don't have a lot of talent they could pull from there. So for multiple reasons, cost effectiveness, expanded talent pool, it makes it really worthwhile. Bob Ruth Ford's been on the cover of Auto Success magazine. They've been here at Digital Dealer as a keynote because of their crazy success. In the 27 years I've been doing this, I've never in my career heard of any dealership at any level that's gone from 75 units to 395 net lift, and absolutely not in a population of only 2,500. It works because it's the math problem. It's not magic, it's math. If you have the right amount of people trained the right way with the right process, they're going to be able to convert. Now, another one is McGavock Nissan. This is another one of our dealer groups in Lubbock, Texas, and in Amarillo, Texas. If you take a look, this is from the dealer principal. So he just said, want to say thank you for your team. The first 45 days on the outsourced BDC, and he just said, look, we just finished number 6. Before they did the outsourced BDC, they have never even been in the top 15 in Nissan in the United States. What did they do? We had 4 outsourced BDC reps in the Philippines, in good old Texas. Guess what, folks? Accent's not even an issue. There's something called accent conversion software. AI is crazy. So there is something, Google it, called accent conversion software. So it doesn't have that harsh, you know, like like in some of the Philippine languages or in the dialects, or in Indian, you know, in their type of native language. There's accent conversion software, because I've got dealers down south that they have their clients that love them, and they were a little bit nervous at first. I'm like, look, I mean, between technology and AI, they're gonna have an issue with it. So sound and tone and inflection is not an issue. But I'm really proud of this one, because we took a store from just doing outsourced BDC hybrid with data mining, equity mining. They were on Vint Solutions first. They didn't even have the Target, which is a free data mining tool. We got them the Target ramped up. Within about 2 weeks of training, they hit the road, and after 45 days, they became number 6 in the nation. Facts. Bust in the myths about outsourced BDC. They're offshore with bad English. US managed teams are automotive trained. They don't care like my staff. Performance-based pay plan, live accountability. We don't have full control. Transparent reports, CRM access, daily reviews. Dealers with outsourced BDC saw a 23% show rate increase, 48% faster response times, 150 to 400,000 increased annual revenue per store. The data doesn't lie. Now, here's the catch though. How does this work? This is a specific formula, folks. I'm going to slow down for a second. Certify your dealership's OEM product knowledge and knows your used car inventory. Here are the reasons why outsourced BDC doesn't normally work. Because we hire some random outsourced BDC that's never been trained on your product knowledge. They've never been trained on your dealership's CRM and they're not using it correctly. They don't know your dealership's value package proposition. What does it mean? Why buy from us? Why buy from Bob Ruth Ford? What is different and better from Bob Ruth Ford from any other dealership? Why is Ford the best manufacturer? Think about this. If you're not training your outsourced BDC to be like an in-house agent, what do you expect? Of course they're going to mess up and they're not going to be successful. So if you begin with the end result in mind, if you make sure that whatever outsourced BDC company that you partner with, make sure, A, that there is a training period before they just randomly let these people on your phones and burn through your ups. I have a phrase, don't practice with real customers. Practice in a controlled environment. Tiger Woods said that he hit 1,000 practice shots for every one stroke in a real golf match. Why? Because practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes permanent. If you're not practicing perfectly, you're just going to make something permanent. So perfect practice is the only thing that's going to make you perfect at what you do. So now, works 40 hours per week, 4.3 weeks in a month, works prime time, 6 to 8 p.m. rotates schedule. Let me explain real quick math. Right? One of the outsourced BDC reps in October, there's 31 days, right? There's 22 employee working days. So if they're making 120 outbound calls a day times 22 employee working days, that's 2,640 outbound phone calls in a month. At an 8% connection ratio, we track tens of millions of outbound calls. At an 8% connection ratio, they should be connecting with what? About 211 conversations in the month. Added that, there should be roughly a 30% appointment made ratio from connection to appointment, which is roughly about 68 appointments. Added that, at a 60% minimum appointment show ratio, there should be about 38 bodies that show up to the dealership. Now, with the outsource or hybrid, they're not doing product presentation, demonstration, drive, delivery, so depends on your desk closing ratio. But even at a 40 to 50% closing ratio, look at the math. If you have 38 people coming to the dealership, you're going to be selling anywhere from like 14 to 18 units, depending how strong the desk is. Does that make sense? That's what an outsourced BDC rep should be able to bring to the table. There has to be a TO protocol and real-time TO management. This is the thing that blows me away. True or false, folks? The hardest part of internet sales is just getting connection or getting somebody to call you back. True or false? That's my thesis statement. 27 years doing it, that is absolutely the most difficult thing. And here's what most dealers don't do. They don't set up real-time TO. I don't understand why. If you believe in real-time TO on the showroom floor before you let somebody out, why in the world would you let a phone call or a live internet up that has engagement with a BDC rep or salesperson? Why would you allow that salesperson and BDC rep just hang up if there's no commitment? There should be a real-time TO. So all the things that I recommend is if you have an outsourced BDC rep, make sure that there's an internal TO mechanism, tier 1 TOs. So when we do these TOs, I recommend dealers to follow this protocol. I wouldn't have the outsourced BDC desking deals or giving ACVs or guaranteed approvals, but they should be equipped to do tier 1 TOs, like price validations, value package TOs, or just a different voice with more experience being able to reinforce what the agent is saying. But just that alone, just by having a real-time TO capability with your outsourced BDC or your hybrid, you're going to have a tremendous amount of success. It knows how to identify, meet, and exceed process expectations. This is a big thing. Whoever you have on the phones, if all they're doing is, have you driven the car yet? No, come on down. If you are not selling them on why they should come to the dealership, then why should they come to the dealership? It's really simple. So you have to be able to begin with the end result in mind. Now, live KPI reporting and CRM transparency, quality assurance audits, call scoring, mystery shops, flexible staffing model for scalability, co-managed accountability. So for us, whenever we recommend doing a hybrid system, you have the sales team. You might even have some BDC reps that are at the dealership, but when you're working with an outsourced BDC company, their job is supposed to come in, evaluate how many leads you have, and then from there, identify how many agents you're gonna need. Now, you either have the right amount or you don't. If you don't have the right amount, you might wanna choose to outsource in a hybrid, basically turn around and going out of your local area or your dealership to be able to get enough people. The average dealership has about 500 leads a month. Does this make sense, right? Let's go to October. This is really quick math. Go back, September, August, July, 1,500 leads. Counted me, right? So in 90 days, we generated 1,500 leads. The average buying cycle on a new car is 90 plus days. Again, the inventory is back for most of us. So what that means is on October 1st, let's go back. On October 1st, if you run a report in your CRM, how many active leads that are 90 days or less? If you get 500 fresh leads, you probably have 900 active leads on October 1st. Plus, you get 500 fresh leads in the month of October. So when you calculate carryover plus fresh, what is that number? 1,400 total opportunities. So just because you've got 500 leads, following what I'm saying here, most dealers don't have enough people or the right people to handle 500 leads. Forget about the complete residual flow factor, because you need to make sure you have enough staff, not just for the fresh leads, but for the carryover as well. Does that make sense to everybody? Most people don't, so we're burning through. That's how we took Bob Ruth from 75 units to 395. It wasn't rocket science. They had a lot of leads. They had probably about like 1,500 fresh leads. Do the carryover. So they have several thousand carryover leads plus 1,500 fresh. So they have an operating module of 3,500 leads. So 395 cars might seem like a lot. Let's round up it. They didn't hit 400, but even if it's 400 car sales, 400 car sales out of 3,500 leads, that means every single month they did not sell 3,100 leads. Does that make sense? It's a math problem. What we do is we use WhatsApp. Think about this, because we have the outsourced BDC in either the Philippines or in Belize. And so what happens is on the WhatsApp, they're in the dealership's voice over IP, they're in the dealership's CRM, but separately we have a WhatsApp to be able to communicate any type of question. So even from the Philippines or Belize or wherever in the country these agents are, they're able to go through the CRM and communicate with either the sales rep, the BDC reps, the managers, etc. So there is one-on-one dialogue. Does that make sense? This is an actual outsourced BDC call. I thought it was kind of cool. It's a math problem.
Am I speaking to Jordan?
Yes, this is Jordan.
Hi, this is Gazelle from McGavock Infinity here in Lubbock. Did I catch it a good time, though?
Yes, I was just going to return your call to let you know that I actually don't own that vehicle anymore.
Oh, I see. And that's the reason we're calling, because we are updating our customers' vehicles info here in our system. And if you don't mind me asking, Jordan, what are you driving right now so that I can update your records here?
So I actually have a 2020 GX 460 that I bought from Kinder.
Okay, gotcha. That's a great vehicle, though. Do you have any plans to trade in that vehicle to a newer model that we do have here, since we do have an offer for you?
Yeah, I mean, it would just depend.
Oh, yeah. No worries. No pressure at all. Since you already paid off your vehicle before, we are giving free appraisals on the vehicles that are in high demand. And as what you've mentioned, your vehicle is the GX 460, right?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. Your vehicle is in high demand here in our dealership, and we're offering free appraisals on it. I just wanted to make sure as well, Jordan, that you have the chance to take advantage of it. We do have our certified appraisal specialist that can do a no obligation appraisal review. It only takes 15 minutes, then you decide if it makes sense for you. And the thing is that you can move into a newer model, possibly with similar or even lower payment. Would that be something that you'd want to explore as well?
Yeah, I'd be interested in definitely lowering my monthly payment. So it would have to make sense, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. How are your availability this week? I can lock in a VIP slot for you. Are you available tomorrow or this weekend?
I might have some time tomorrow.
Alrighty. And what time you will be here in tomorrow?
Say like later afternoon.
We do have 1:45 p.m. Would that be good?
Yeah, we could try that.
Okay, perfect. For review.
Long story short, this was a data mining call for that McGavock, the one that became number 6 in the nation. So they were calling to just basically tell them, hey, we believe you have equity in the vehicle. How would you like if we could keep your payment or lower it and get you into a new vehicle? She's like, oh, I don't even have that vehicle. The agent from the Philippines didn't even skip a beat. She's like, okay, what kind of vehicle do we have? We would love to have that. Literally made the appointment, came in, and sold them a car and then got in. So it was 2 points because they had the acquisition, they brought that vehicle in, and then they sold them a new car off of someone that didn't even have the vehicle any longer. So that, to me, I think is really impressive when you're not just responding to proactive leads, when you're able to go into your data or your equity and find opportunities without people proactively raising their hands and saying, I want to buy a car. That, to me, is one of the most, I think, powerful aspects of the outsourced BDC. So the bottom line is this. Delay it. If you put it off, it's like delaying your money. Destroy it. Decide not to do it at all. This is where the business is at. Do it yourself. Hiring, training, management for accountability. Delegate it. Hire a reputable company to do it for you. So this is like the 4 Ds. You could either do it, destroy it, delay it, or delegate it. But you got to do something. So the third alternative, the hybrid model. Are you an expert in recruiting and staffing? If the answer is no, then outsource. Are you an expert in onboarding? No, then outsource. Are you an expert in training or curriculum development? No, then outsource. Are you an expert in science of communication psychology? If not, then outsource. Are you an expert at communications, texting, inbound, outbound, social media, DMs? And I know that we like to think that we're experts in everything, but if you're not, think about all the money that you're not making, that you're leaving on the table, or worse, if you're actually burning through these ups. For us, how do you choose the right partner? Proven performance in automotive. Make sure the partner has a strong background in CRM, OEM compliance, align with your culture and expectations, transparent metrics, call tracking and reporting, continuous agent development, quality assurance. What are the next steps? Step 1, reflect on the session, evaluate your current Internet BDC reality and acknowledge if you need a change. Make a commitment to build a hybrid BDC, choose your hybrid BDC partner carefully, commit to making the hybrid BDC a part of the dealership culture from the top down, and commit to not Frankenstein. What that means is whoever you're using, if they've got a process, don't Frankenstein the process and chop this off, chop that off, and add stuff, because even a third grade science experiment has a control and a variable. So if you try to do something and you don't launch it the right way, if you're Frankenstein in it, you can't tell what's right or wrong. So try to stick with whatever process you guys choose. There is an actual stat that a video appointment confirmation will increase appointment shows up to 75%. I'm dead serious. So once we make the appointment, we let the internet director or sales manager know right through the WhatsApp. And right from there, what should happen is either the internet director or the sales manager is going to find the salesperson that's going to handle that prospect when they come in. And right then and there, they're going to pull the car out, do a video appointment confirmation that says, hey, Cody, this is Sean Bradley. I'm super excited for you to come in tomorrow at 3:15. As you see here, we have the 2026 Toyota RAV4 right here. Boom, boom, boom. As you see here, we're going to come right through the front door. You see Susan. Susan, say hi to Cody. Hi, Cody. That's Susan. She's a receptionist. When you come in, have her ask for me. I'll be coming from over that side. So I would have a video appointment confirmation.
Why might I outsource to a company abroad when I could outsource to an AI vendor? What do you think about that?
Two different things, because we do a lot of AI as well. So again, the technology isn't there for you to hire a technology company that could just make all the outbound phone calls. I mean, there's AI for email and there's AI for text messaging, but for the voice aspect of it, for outbound internet calls, that's not there yet. So I definitely do think that you should have a hybrid as well, where you have the CRM automation, AI integration, and manual efforts. But the whole point of technology or AI, you want to delegate the least valuable activities like emails and things like that towards technology and allow your humans to do higher level activities like phone conversations, social media, DMs, two different things like outbound. I mean, there's AI for email and there's AI